First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Detroit Lions. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
The last run got 6, now second and 4. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a third down. From the gun, Bradford, flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's fourth. They'll run it with Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Jacksonville first down on a pickup of 17. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Now the Auburn product, Corey Grant. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Aqib Talib there to stop him.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On play action, Bradford. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Well, that was pretty obvious. He didn't let him catch it.
Agreed, and what's hard is you make that long run downfield to try and cover it, but you got to locate the football as well.
A lack of discipline defensively on fourth down, and now that leads to a first and 10. Johnson on the counter. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Clemson Tiger, Vic Beasley, reaches home that time. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A pretty big opening there on first down. 8 yards up to the 33. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And he cuts, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. Extra point good by Prater, and it's now a 7-0 game. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving.
Touchdown, Jaguars! Corey Grant, 79 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Miles Jack with a sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that will be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
First and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. The play fake. Bradford rolling to his right. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford's lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
These two teams all tied after one. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Bradford. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
They'll try to throw now. Bradford eluding and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Enough takes to start you out a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long for Bradford. Open space inside the 10. That one complete. He finds Sharp. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Running with Elliott. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Here we go. At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
At the 26-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
On the toss, here's Johnson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
We go set, lady.
Check. You must be dreaming.
They'll try the air now with Stafford. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Prater for the extra point. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
9 yards on the first down. Keeper, and it's 2nd and 1. 2nd down, here's an option right. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Throwing again. Bradford on 2nd and 10. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bradford being chased out left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. Past the 20. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Grant, 76 yards, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number, but the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by Breanne Bonnie Calhoun. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his third touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd and 11 now. Bradford flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Third and short yardage, Bradford. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Let's go, you tighten up.
Bradford on first down, buying time to his left. Now a hit, and the ball comes out. Bradford has lost it, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Play action now. Bradford going for the deep ball. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DeT Westbrook, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this 2nd quarter. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And a pretty good run, all things considered. Probably would have liked that in the first quarter instead of right now as the clock continues to run. The Lions on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. The shotgun snap for Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Detroit. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Here comes Grant on the return. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, it didn't look his way at all in the first half, and I'll bet you the offense coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds, and they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Corey Grant, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They toss it out right to Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Again, it's Johnson. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On first down, it's Stafford. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A run there on first down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. Tackle made by the 3rd-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker. They go to Elliott again. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. This is Grant. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Bradford. And the pressure gets to him again. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go. Showing it. Showing it.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford, Jaguar pressure, and a Jaguar sack. Vic Beasley able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. 20! There he goes right side. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Golladay, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Prater on to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
On 2nd and 11 now. Bradford. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the... And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big third down play there for the Jags. 54 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Here's Grant. 2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Working out of the gun, Bradford. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Josh Oliver, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. From the 30 on 2nd down, Stafford. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. He's picked off at his own 46. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Corey Grant, 27 yards. And the Jags take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up fourth down. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Check it out, read. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 25-yard line.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
It's a gain of 2 yards, and it's 3rd down.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it. Bradford to throw for it on 4. Gets it to Gordon. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And it's caught. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
Accelerating, and off he goes. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point good by Prater. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. Now Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. That good for 22 and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
To throw is Bradford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Von Miller coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They will run with Grant. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and